Beginning Modern. Today we're going to work on two kinds of moving curves, an undercurve and an overcurve. Let's start with our undercurve. Now, if you saw Monday's lesson from beginning ballet on chasse, which means to chase, that basic step is going to help you with your undercurve. We're going to start in parallel with our feet together. So instead of the fist distance or fist and a half distance apart, go ahead and squeeze your feet right together, squeezing your legs together, standing up nice and tall. From here, I'm going to move over so I have enough room to slide. You're going to start with a plie. Plie. From there, you're going to chasse out like we did on Monday. Boom. From there, as you go, instead of keeping your hips level like we did in ballet, we're going to drop our pelvis down and then back up on the other side and then bring our foot to a close for right now. Let's try going to the other side. Plie, chasse out, you drop your pelvis, big circle, and then scoop, you come up on the other side and close. Let's try that one more time. You can go ahead and put your hands on your hips right now. Plie, chasse out, drop the pelvis down and come up on the other side. Plie, reaching out, drop the pelvis down and around, up on the other side. As you go, if you take the side view here, you want to make sure that you're keeping your upper body up versus pitching forward as you go for the scoop. Yeah, so the front view, we want to keep our shoulders up versus allowing them to fall forward as we go for the scoop. That's just on a technical level. Now, let's say there's some choreography where you're doing that. Then, of course, you would do the choreography. But as we're learning this step, keep your upper body nice and square and straight up and down. One of the hard parts about moving through this position, through this wide second position in parallel, is that we tend to knock our knees this way, which is not the safest position. You want to keep using that rotation, even though we're in parallel, a really big parallel. You want to keep using your rotation like we do in ballet, or when we use our turnout in modern, to keep your knees towards the center of your foot as you come up. So you're keeping your knees forward versus letting them knock in and then trying to straighten up on the other side. Yeah? Let's try it a little faster. Let's go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. And let's actually start on this side. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Put your hands on your hips right now. 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Plie 1 and 2. Coming up 3 and 4. Other side. Plie. Drop, curve, and up and down. Like you're going to go through the floor. Keep going. And 1. Drop it. 2 and 3 and 4. Oh, and drop it. 2 and 3 and 4. Last one. 1. Drop it. 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, now that we've talked about the undercurve, let's talk about the overcurve. So, for the first one, we dropped first, and then we dropped our pelvis even lower as we scooped around and came up on the other side. For this one, we're still moving from one side to the other, but we're going to start by reaching the foot and plieing on one leg, bringing our pelvis up and over in an arc, and then coming back up to neutral. So we reach, up and over, coming back up, and straighten. Let's try that. So we'll start with our right foot going out. So you're going to plie and reach at the same time, and this is a time in parallel. So instead of turning out, close the book, reaching, so the top of the foot is facing your mirror or your wall or the camera, whatever you're looking at. Plie, and we're going to shoot our pelvis up and over. So we actually move through the tips of the toes, the balls of the feet to come to the other side, come back in, and straighten. Let's start with the tendu. Plie. And now we reach to that pinky toe, reach up and over to the other side, bring it in and straighten. One more time. Start with the tendu. Plie. Reaching up and over, bring it in and straighten. Tendu. Whoop, tendu. Plie. There we go. Up and over, bring it in and straighten. And now when I say when you're moving through the tips of your toes, I don't mean that you're actually on point. I mean that you're moving through the ball of your foot, so right at the metatarsal here. That's where you're moving through, that releve position, not stopping in it. Now, much like we talked about with the undercurve, for this overcurve, you want to make sure, at least on a technical level, that you're not pitching your shoulders forward. So from here, boom, these stay versus pitching forward. In fact, one of the things that tends to happen for this, instead of pitching forward like we use the undercurve, is that our shoulders go up because we're thinking pelvis up. But you want to make sure that your shoulders are pressed down without collapsing forward. A little bit of this. One more time. Let's try 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. And we'll put our hands on our hips right now. 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Tendu 1. Plie 2. Up and over. 3 and 4. Close it up. And 6 and 7. Nice and slow. 1 and 2. Up and over. 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. Good. Keep going. 1 and 2. Up and over. 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. 1 and 2. Up and over. 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Freeze. Okay, now that was only 4. I would like to incorporate our arms now because I think we're doing a pretty good job. So from here, 1, let's start with our arms low. 1 and 2. You're going to bring your opposite arm as the leg you're reaching up and over. 3 and 4. That arm makes one complete circle. 7 and 8. 1 and 2. Reaching up and over. 3 and 4. And look, my upper body's going as well. 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. So now let's finish up the last 4 using our arms. So go ahead and keep your arms low. They don't have to be pressed to your body. In fact, you want a little bit of space in between for a nice long curve of the arm. Here we go. 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 1 and 2. Reaching up and over. 3 and 4. Big stretch. 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. 1 and 2. Reach. 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. 1 and 2. Reaching. 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. Last time. 1 and 2. Reach. 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Good work, you guys. Shake it out. Thank you so much for tuning in today. It is always a treat to see you. I look forward to seeing you on Friday for Friday Freestyle and next week for more ballet and modern. Until then, stay safe and stay creative. Bye!